everyone, so today I'll be doing a video on the type K3 number 1 class sub chaser, and also the type K7 number 4 class sub chaser. So these ships aren't destroyers, they're not corvettes or anything. These are like it's kind of like between it's between a torpedo boat and a frigate or something like that. So it doesn't really have enough firepower to be considered a frigate, nor does it have the mass, because it's only like 383 tons. So this is 314 tons. So yeah, they are considerably less mass than a frigate. So frigate like this has a mass of about at least 1,000 tons. And this is considered a frigate. So a sub chaser is basically a ship that is it's kind of like an escort for a destroyer, basically. And it's basically kind of like a coast guard cutter or something. It's more or less used for patrolling the coastlines of a country. And this one has a 240mm Vickers pom-pom gun, which you can see right here. And it has also 3 25mm anti-aircraft guns. They could also be used to take out speedboats as well, torpedo boats. And this one, the type K7, has 3 25mm cannons arranged in a different configuration. It has one here, one there, and one there. So all three could be trained on a target when you're using broadside, while the K3 has 3 25mm here, 1, 2, 3. So at any one given time you can only train 2 25mm at one time because of the way it's configured. And this one has 2 right here also, so only 2 can be configured on this broadside as well. And of course you have the 40mm pom-pom gun. This isn't as good as a Bofors, so the way this works is about 50 rounds are loaded onto each gun, as you can see right here. There's 50 rounds, and it's loaded for each gun. But this is for the gun on the left, this is the gun on the right. So 100 rounds for both. And the real problem I have with this gun is it has a very low muzzle velocity of only like, I think it's 1,950 or 2,000 feet per second, which is pretty slow. And which means that when you're shooting at targets far away, you're shooting at a very steep angle, so it doesn't have a very good trajectory when you're using it to take out other ships at greater than, let's say, 1,000 meters or 1 kilometer. And mine has my K3 has depth chargers as well. As you can see, there's depth chargers here. And the K7, you could put depth chargers here, and you can also put mortars there when you get it in modifications, but I didn't get the mortars yet in modifications. And there's also different types of ammo you could use. You could get the high explosive rounds. These will go off when they impact a target. This is a 40mm SAP round. This is an armor piercing round. It's called a yeah, 40mm SAP clips are just armor piercing, high explosive rounds. So it penetrates the target and explodes inside of the target. So basically, and this type of round is a 40mm HETF. So this has a fuse on it. So it has a time fuse on it. So it will explode at the time that you set it. So let's say you set the fuse to 5 seconds, then it will explode after 5 seconds. Okay, let's go play now. So this thing doesn't have any armor. There's no armor protection on this ship, the Type K3, and there's no armor protection on the K7 as well. This is a real drawback of these types of light escort ships. And this is the ammunition storage for the ship. So if this part gets hit, your ship would just go up in smoke. Another ammo storage is right here. And this is where your engine and your fuel tanks are and everything. And that's your propeller. You've got 2 propellers propelling it. And this ship has a top speed of 56 kilometers an hour. This has a top speed of 59 kilometers per hour. And this has been fully modified in terms of the engine and everything. So this is a top speed for this ship. So now let's go play. Okay, let's play the K7 first. I'll be using the 40mm HETF timed fuse rounds. These are good against aircraft. They're also good against ships. I mean boats, I'm sorry. And ships with almost no armor, kind of like sub chasers like this. High explosive rounds are very good against taking out boats, torpedo boats, and motorized gun boats as well. First you lock onto the target and then you just shoot and select the right elevation. God, my gun got damaged. As you can see in the front. My 40's got damaged. So much firepower. Didn't even have a chance. Okay, let's play this one. This time I want to pick some other rounds. Just a regular high explosive rounds.
Gunners are searching for airborne and surface targets.
A good tactic when you use sub chasers like this is just stay still and then just shoot at them. So long to reload. plate. Now let's play it. Gonna pick the K7 first with, gonna choose 40mm time fused rounds.
Gunners are searching for airborne and surface targets.
It's important that you don't rush into battle, because there's gonna be a lot of ships, and this is not a very fast ship, and it doesn't have any armor, so you want to stay with the group so you don't get outnumbered. Depth chargers are useful when you're being pursued by other ships. As you can see, I press control to left control and I drop the depth charger. It's good against shaking off pursuers. Okay, now let's stop. Don't want to get too close. Lock onto the target and then get a range, get enough direct hit. And after all 100 rounds are expended, it takes time to reload. Damn, oh no. Okay, now let's pick this ship.
Searching for airborne and surface targets.
The K3. One thing about sub chasers is that they're slow, so very vulnerable to torpedoes. They don't have good acceleration. They are kind of sluggish. But when you're moving like this, like forward and torpedoes are firing, you can dodge them pretty easily. If you're like broadside, it's very difficult.
Allied forces have captured the zone.
This is one thing I don't like about the pom-pom gun. It's got a very... You have to aim very high in order to hit targets that are farther away. That's because of the low velocity of this gun. Bowfers, you could just keep firing continuously because you're loading clips. With this thing, when you're out, it takes your delay in time for load and stuff like that. That's one thing I don't like about it. mess you up. One torpedo could sink your ship. Doesn't take a lot of hits for a 40 millimeter to take out a ship or a boat. I mean a boat, I'm sorry, not a ship. It's definitely not going to do very much with a destroyer or anything like that. There's a torpedo boat. When you're using this ship, it's important to have very fast reloaders. That car got mauled. Shoot that out and then just reload the next 100. So it isn't 100 for each gun, it's 50 for each. Oh, that guy's coming close. Gotta watch out for the air targets. Come on, load fast. Come on, man. Okay, now I'll select a different round for this. Armor piercing rounds. Let's try that.
Gunners are searching for airborne and surface targets.
And another important thing, it's better to attack a ship in a broadside engagement than attacking it in a forward position like this. Although for this ship, the heaviest weapon that I have is in the forward position. Nevertheless, having it like this is better because you could switch to the next weapon. So I'm going to switch to the 25 millimeters. See, if I run out of 40 millimeters, I can switch to the 25 millimeters. Look at the map. Better to attack your enemies with longer range than to get close. less risk of collateral damage. Try to get the right windage. That looks about right. I think I have to aim a little bit higher. Got our arc to show a really high angle. Gotta aim higher. Oh, there's ships that are closer than me. Always be aware of your surroundings. Okay, let's get them. There's a target that's pretty close. Okay, that guy's toast. Fire off the remaining 6 rounds. Switch to my 25s, 25 millimeters, switch to my 40s now. Okay, let him have it, huh? Okay, that guy's toast. Okay, 3 targets destroyed, not bad. Another sub-chaser. And hiding behind this island. Okay, let's go after him broadside.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
Can't hit him because of elevation. Okay, I'm gonna go broadside. Okay, he's dead. Fire off the remaining rounds. Aircraft coming at me. That's not good. Okay, there's an aircraft. aircraft right there coming in. Let's take that guy out, man. Switch to 20s. Okay, another map. Toast. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.